Dang it, my earphones keep popping out of my ear. Shut up!
I'm sorry, I mean, it happens.
Yeah. Burgers! Hello, interwebs, and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations. My name's SkiniMini.
And I'm Pharaoh.
Last episode, we pretty much got more information out of Detective Bad. He kind of contradicted his own testimony by saying these are soundproof walls. Well, how could you hear a gunshot? And we kind of broke it down since the windows are open, and then we think that the that missing piece of evidence is actually in the television. So we are going to find out right now.
Oh, I'm sorry you hear a lot of noise coming from here, but
Oh, is that what that is?
yeah, I don't know if it's like a food processor, blender. Sorry. Alright, so what are we doing?
Examining the VCR.
VCR.
Examine.
I don't know which one. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. I was just like, which one is it? The one on top or the one on bottom? I was like, it's just one thing. It's a video player, and there seems to be a videotape inside.
It looks like it. The tape must have stopped on its own when it reached the end.
This tape, could it not be the missing surveillance tape?
I suppose, but
Detective Bad, would it be alright if I verify the contents of this video? Sure. Knock yourself out.
alright, then let's rewind this and see what we have. Oh man,
What?
I missed that sound.
Oh, is that the noise?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, that takes me back at least 20-something years.
Yeah.
Wow. We are
20
old.
years. Oh my god, yeah, we are.
Wow, that's like a pretty accurate noise for it, too. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that we're geeking out over this, but
Nostalgia.
this is a huge nostalgia. Oh, my God. Okay. If I remember correctly, the footage of Rel killing the embassy staff member should be at about the 30-minute mark when we started the tape. Understood. This should be about right. Now then, let's see.
This is the footage of Mr. Rel shooting the embassy staff member.
I knew it. The missing piece of evidence. The surveillance video was here all along. Oh my God, it's so loud. The sound! What's the meaning of this? It appears that Detective Bat has figured out the true source of the gunshot he heard. With this, I think we can figure out the trick behind this double murder.
Do you mean that you figured it all out then?
Yes, all I have to do now is show what the gunshot detectives Bad and the Gumshoe heard was, and through where they heard it from. What? I don't know what I just said.
Fine. In that case, show me what you deduced.
Now, to show what the gunshot detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard was, and through where they heard it from.
Okay, they heard... Oh, the window. You deduced the window. Deduce
And I guess we can...
the videotape.
Okay.
Nope, shoot.
Oh. Did you get it?
Yep.
Oh. If the door and windows to the crime scene, namely this room that we're in, were closed, the killer could have used the gun and no one would have been the wiser.
That's true. This courthouse does seem to be well designed for such a thing, as it were.
However, what happened in reality was Detective Gumshoe, Detective Bad, and Miss Yu. All three of them heard the gunshot.
Well, the windows in lobby number 1 and 2 and in the hallway were open. So, naturally, the people in these locations could hear it.
Ah, but then, why would the criminal open the window in the first place?
To allow the gunshot to be heard, I suppose.
Correct. That's the only logical conclusion we can draw from this.
But why was that necessary in the first place? I want a real answer, Miles. I demand satisfaction.
Very well. I believe that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of a certain fact. What was it that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of?
When the crime took place?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it would throw the time of death off.
Right. Alright. The killer wanted to fabricate the time of death to their precise wishes, and they used the gunshot in the surveillance video to do so.
So that's why the tape was left running.
You mean the gunshot I heard was from this video? Well, yes, which means that the murders really occurred at an earlier time than we thought. It must have been during the recess, but before Detective Gumshoe was on guard duty. Someone who has no alibi for that time period and planned this crime out in advance. That person is a real killer.
Oh, that was easy.
Okay. Mr. Edgeworth! Yes, what is it? Miss Hugh's asking for you. She's in the courtroom.
Oh, hell.
She says she's identified the murderer, but she wants to clarify something.
It looks like Miss Hugh is still investigating something.
Understood. Please tell her that I will be right over. I'll come along. I want to hear what she has to say. It would appear that the time has come to uncover the truth.
Oh.
In the next video.
Dang, we should have kept going.
But how are we supposed to know?
It's blind for me. Right,
I mean, I should have known, but, you know.
No.
Yeah.
Alright, let's continue.
Okay. You know, if this is a good old days of YouTube, we would have stopped the video now.
Yeah, because we had, what, 10 minutes? And then it turned to 11 minutes.
It was 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes. It always said 10 minutes, but
it was 9:59.
It was 10:59 actually.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then it was 15 minutes or 14:59, I think, or 15:59. I can't remember. And then I think it became unlimited.
Which just amazes me.
Because that used to be perks for like to partners back in the day, like thumbnails and scheduling and long videos. Those are all perks for being a partner of YouTube.
Yeah.
Now it's just getting your own show.
Da 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 ba da ba da. Alright, continue.
Who's playing that organ? Okay.
Hey.
Okay. What are you doing here?
Oh, hello, mister. I'm still investigating.
But the object you're looking for is already... Okay. Don't mind him. Please continue your investigation.
Okay, you got it. Whee!
Detective Bat, haven't we already found what you were looking for? If it means I can keep her in the dark just a little longer, any little task will do.
Oh, you're more sympathetic than I thought.
It looked like he was just walking. He just kept walking into the bench.
I've been waiting for you, Edgeworth.
I've also been waiting for the moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest.
The moment in which we could finally lay this case to rest? Wasn't that when we placed Detective Gumshoe under arrest? I think we've more than solved this case already. Don't you? We'll see. It all depends on whether or not your logic holds. Oh, I see. We even have a viewer in the gallery. And why, even Mr. Bad is here. A viewer in the gallery? I'm hardly just a bystander.
I have a duty to see this case through to the end, no matter how it turns out.
Oh, is that right? Anyway, I thought you might like to hear what I've slaved away to find out. I've taken statements on every single person's movements during the time when our suspect was in the hallway. I also confirmed that there is no possible route of escape for lobby number 2. Therefore, the killer must be, without a doubt, be Detective Gumshoe.
And that's all you have?
Yeah, that's all there is to my conclusion and this case.
Sorry, but I beg to differ. In a trial, there's always time for a rebuttal, and we are standing in a court of law. It'd be more than appropriate to follow the rules of court in this case, don't you think?
How absolutely like a rookie to think of such a thing. But alright, I'll play along and give you a proper testimony.
If my logic is correct, then I've already won. All I have to do now is to prove it by showing who the real killer is.
And I think I know who the real killer is.
Huh. Ha!
See?
Okay.
Misuse argument. Everyone sans the... Sans!
Papyrus!
Donkey!
That's still a really great scene.
It is. Mom! Dad! Fiona! Donkey!
Donkey!
Oh, God.
Oh.
Alright.
Okay.
Everyone, sans the suspect, has an alibi for when the gun went off. Furthermore, the areas around the crime scene have all been thoroughly investigated, right? Why is she laughing?
I don't know.
I also confirmed that there is no possible escape route from lobby number 2, which leaves us with one unshakable conclusion that Detective Gumshoe is the killer.
It looks like she's eating when she's trying to laugh with her mouth covered like that.
Yeah. Now that you have your testimony, I expect a good rebuttal, Edgeworth.
But of course, there's no need to confront her logic head-on right now. I should instead focus on drawing out any trump cards she has up her sleeve. I think that we know what that means.
Press.
Press.
Everyone sans the suspect has an alibi. Okay, let's press on that statement.
Hold it! The suspect. But I thought that Detective Gumshoe's alibi has already been proven.
Are you joking, Edgeworth?
I assure you, this is no joke.
Look, I know you heard from the judge earlier that the detective was in the hallway with Mr. Faraday's daughter eating a Swiss roll.
Yes, that is correct.
But you see, that was 20 minutes before the real gunshot went off, right? And the problem is, there's no one else who can corroborate what he did since the snapping.
I see she's done her research well, which means I should focus on drawing out whatever trump cards she's withholding.
Okay, so do we have to press on a certain statement?
I don't know. I guess, or we just keep pressing, I don't know.
Okay, here's the next one, press. Hold it! Furthermore,
Whether they have been thoroughly investigated or not is for me to decide.
the scratched eyebrows and lines on your forehead are back. Anyway, if you believe it hasn't been exhaustive, the crime scene, lobby number 2, has no way out other than the hallway Detective Gumshoe was standing in. And because he had claimed to be there, that makes him the only possible suspect.
But isn't it also possible that someone escaped through a window and into the garden?
That's the first place everyone's looked, silly. The police aren't a bunch of lazy bums. They looked into every possibility, you know. Isn't that right, Mr. Bad?
Yeah. There wasn't a scrap of evidence to suggest someone used one of the windows. There also weren't any footprints or anything in the courtyard garden. I suppose they really did check everything that could be relevant to this case.
Okay, and then I also confirmed that there's no possible escape route from lobby number 2. Are you sure about that? Let's press.
Hold it! Are you absolutely positive that there are no possible routes of escape?
Of course I'm sure.
And why are you so certain?
This is a courthouse, the place where criminals are brought to be judged. If there was an escape route, I'm sure every criminal would be using it to escape. It's just common sense. Miles Edgeworth, I suggest you use a bit more of it in the future.
Gosh!
Which leaves us with one unshakable. Okay, press.
Hold it!
You may think it's unshakable, but to me, there's still too many unanswered questions. For example, who was it that placed the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand?
But you're the only one still wondering that. Detective Gumshoe probably had no idea which hand Mr. Faraday used to write with. Even if you know someone, it doesn't mean you'll know which hand they write with, right? I mean, I certainly don't care about that sort of thing.
I'm not about to let her get a rise out of me with such flippant statements. I suppose we've really reached the end now. I already have my trump card ready. All that remains is to play it. But before I do, I think I should inquire into a little something about her argument. You said earlier that you confirmed the alibis of every person other than the suspect. However, I don't recall either Francisco or myself speaking with you about the subject.
But there were witnesses. For you, there is a mentor who gave your alibi.
I see.
As for the little Missy, she came to the courthouse during the recess and was stopped by a security guard at the door to the hallway. She gave him quite a whipping for that, so I heard. I am the daughter of Manfred von Karma, and I will not be forcibly stopped by a guard or a bailiff or anyone else.
Wait, so basically the only reason Francisca bothered to show up today was because she found out that I was to be the replacement prosecutor. And by the way, Miss Yu, what about everyone's alibis before Detective Gumshoe was assigned to guard duty?
What about them?
Have you looked into what people were doing during that span of time?
What kind of idiot do you take me for? It doesn't matter when the killer went into lobby number 2. From the time we heard the gunshot to the time Mr. Bad and I arrived on the scene as we dashed from lobby number 1. The only person who could have committed this crime was Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, let's talk about when you and Detective Bad heard that gunshot, shall we? I suppose that if we go by your logic, then Detective Gumshoe is the only one. However, what if the crime had occurred at an entirely different time than when the gunshot you heard went off? What then? That gunshot was a trap meant to manipulate the sub. Well, I didn't finish.
Sadly, your explanation is very lacking, Edgeworth. The gunshot we heard in the lobby number 1, care to explain how that could have been fabricated? Oh. Yeah, we got it. It's the surveillance video, ho.
Take that!
Sometimes you still catch me off guard.
Well, you know, element of surprise.
Ah.
Surprise!
Oh! Okay.
That tape? Whoa. She's getting fast now with her makeup. Girl, you better stop or you look like a clown. Get out of here, Mo.
Ah. Yes.
Gotta get a restraining order on that guy.
You better not sleep at night. Okay.
I swear to God, I'll sleep with a gun, Mo. Sorry, I blacked out. What's happened?
Oh, yeah, you blacked out, all right. I think you blacked out when you called her a hoe. Yes, it's exactly what you think it is. This is a surveillance tape of Mr. Rell the prosecution presented in today's trial. This was found loaded in the video player in lobby number 2. That was connected to a large television that had its volume turned all the way up.
You can't honestly mean that sound we heard was the gunshot in the video.
Ah, but I do. Which leads me to my next point. The murders occurred much earlier than when anyone heard the gunshot. That's the only thing I can think of, too. After committing double homicide, the killer took the surveillance video out from Miss Faraday's evidence bag, turned the television's volume all the way up, and left the video to play. If played from the beginning, it would take 30 minutes for the gunshot sound to come on. And since we know now that this method of time manipulation is possible, it opens up the possibility that the killer is someone other than Detective Gumshoe.
Sounds from a television doesn't amount to much here. But of course, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth and Little Miss Von Karma already knew that much from the very beginning, right? Of course we knew. Didn't we, Miles?
Yes, of course. We know about the soundproof quality of this courthouse's rooms. Of course, I'm not about to admit that we had no idea until only a little while ago.
That's right. And if the rooms are soundproof, then we should have not been able to hear it. And yet, we heard the gunshot clear as day.
And?
And that's it. End of story.
But it's not. How should I explain why she was able to hear a gunshot from a soundproof room?
The window was open.
There was a hole in the wall. What type of hole was it?
Oh my god.
In the courthouse, nonetheless. Huh.
That's nasty.
That it is. There is, actually, one common point between lobby number 1 and lobby number 2. And it is that despite the fact that both rooms have air conditioners installed, a window was open in each. Now, we know that the window in lobby number 2 was opened by the killer. However, a window in lobby number 1 was also opened.
Objection!
It was probably just coincidence that they were both open at the same time.
Objection!
It was no mere coincidence, I assure you. Why was the window opened in lobby number 1? The answer is that a certain person did something to cause the window to be opened. And the person who triggered that action, that person is the real guilty party.
I knew it.
The real killer in this double murder is...
I'm going to stop the video here. I know it may be a short video, but I'm going to stop it.
Ah, you really have learned.
I did. And plus, I think we're getting close to the end, so I want to make that one a good video.
Okay.
Alright, so in the next episode, you guys, we will find out who the real killer is, which I think confirms my theory, so ha.
Aha.
Ha. Thank you all so very much for watching, and if no one told you that they loved you today, we do.
Have a great day, everybody.
I was doing to the music of this, but
Oh, I was just... Well, listen, I make my own music.
yeah.
Like, I mean,
All right.
feel like this.
I don't know. Bye.